What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the question is raised, why does newly crowned WBC junior middleweight interim undefeated world champion, Mexican superstar title contender, Vergil Ortiz Jr., who is now 22 wins, no loss, no draw, 21 wins by way of knockout. Vergil Ortiz is 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. He beat Sergei Bohachuk last night, and many people feel like Sergei Bohachuk won the fight, including myself. But nonetheless, Vergil Ortiz, he got the nod, right? He got dropped in the first round, dropped in the 8th round, and he says that he slipped. But in reality, he did not slip. He didn't slip. He got dropped, period. And nonetheless, he still got the nod as the A side. And he was offered and is being offered a fight with the pound-for-pound king, the 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and he is going to be the reigning unified WBO/WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Terrence Bud Crawford, for the most money he's ever made in his career, and a shot at 2 world titles, right? But yet, Vergil Ortiz is setting his sights on the former unified 3-belt welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is a junior middleweight title contender, in Errol the True Spence Jr. And or the newly crowned WBC WBO junior middleweight world champion, the towering inferno, Sebastian Fundora. Now, earlier I told you guys that Sebastian Fundora and his team, they responded, Samson Likowicz, and they stated that they're focused on Terrence Crawford because they don't want to be stripped of that title, point blank and period. They don't want to be stripped. And so, with that said, they want to fight Terrence Crawford. And they said they just waiting for His Excellency, Prince Turki Al-Sheikh, to make an offer. Now, Turki Al-Sheikh is making an offer to Vergil Ortiz, and he's not willing to take it. He's setting his sights on them. And I told you, Errol Spence didn't respond to this. He's been active on social media, but he didn't respond to this. Why is Vergil Ortiz choosing to go the route of Errol Spence is the question everybody wants to know. And the question is, Sebastian Fundora is already brutally knocked out by Brian Mendoza, excuse me. And he was taking a lot of punishment and arguably losing a fight against Tim Tszyu, but Tim Tszyu suffered a major gash on the top of his head. And Errol Spence, the last time we saw him in the ring, he was getting dominated by one Terrence Bud Crawford. But something those 3 guys have in common that Terrence Crawford doesn't. They're aggressive, they're flat-footed, and he don't have to find them. Terrence Crawford is elusive. He's versatile. He's a counterpuncher. Errol Spence is an extremely high work rate. He's a hard-hat, lunch pail, come forward, aggressive fighter with a high work rate. So is Sebastian Fundora, who's a southpaw, and so is Tim Tszyu. That's not Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford going to give you angles. He's going to give a versatility. He's going to switch from southpaw to orthodox. He's going to counter you. Errol Spence is not going to counter you. He's just trying to take it, period. No diddy. And Sebastian Fundora as well. So Errol Spence didn't even respond to this. But I do understand that Errol Spence and Vergil Ortiz makes for a big fight in Texas because they're both from the same area. And that makes for a major fight in Texas. But you're going to get an opportunity to fight for a world title. The question is now, can he beat Errol Spence Jr.? We don't know what Errol Spence Jr. has left in the tank, based off of Errol Spence suffering a horrific car accident. Errol Spence having multiple eye surgeries, and then taking the punishment he took from Terrence Crawford. But after what I watched last night with Vergil Bohachuk, who I don't believe is better than Errol Spence, I think that Errol Spence, as long as his punch resistance is there, Errol Spence beats Vergil Ortiz. He's a southpaw. He can control distance very well. He's more athletic than Vergil Bohachuk, and he hits harder than Vergil Bohachuk. And I think Errol Spence beats Vergil Ortiz. The only problem that I have, the only question that I have is Errol Spence's punch resistance after taking punishment and having those injuries. Even the Errol Spence that fought Terrence Crawford, I know people say he wasn't the same, but that Errol Spence is Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz doesn't have the hand speed, the reflexes, the counter punch ability that Terrence Crawford has. Just simply doesn't. So I'm picking Errol Spence to beat Vergil Ortiz after what I saw last night. The body work that Vergil Bohachuk was putting on Vergil Ortiz, the 1-2, the fundamentals. I'm going with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is more athletic. He's stronger. And I think that, that's a cherry pick going wrong. It's going to be a cherry pick going wrong for Vergil Ortiz. He's trying to cherry pick Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora over Terrence Crawford. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.